I've sat across the table from men who inherited more money than most people will earn in 10 lifetimes and lost it all in 5 years. And I've watched a woman who started with $400 build a company worth 9 figures. The difference between them was never the money. It was never the connections, the timing, or even the luck. It was one word: growth. Everything else is a symptom. Growth is the disease the wealthy catch and never recover from. Poor people think wealth is a destination, a number, a house, a day when they finally arrive and stop moving. Wealthy people know better. There is no finish line. There's only the next version of yourself waiting to be built. Thomas Stanley spent decades studying self-made millionaires for his research on American wealth. What he found broke every stereotype society sells you. Most of them didn't drive luxury cars. Most of them didn't live in mansions. What they had in common wasn't the appearance of wealth. It was a compulsive, almost restless commitment to improving whatever they were doing. Their business, their skills, their understanding of money itself. That restlessness is not anxiety, it's direction. Here's what nobody tells you. Growth doesn't start with money. It starts with a decision about what kind of mind you're going to have. The psychologist Dweck spent her career studying why some people improve relentlessly while others plateau and stay there. Her research on mindset showed something the wealthy have known instinctively for generations. People who believe their abilities can be developed outperform people who believe their abilities are fixed. Not slightly, dramatically. Over time, the gap becomes the entire outcome. I didn't read her research until I was already rich. But I recognized every principle in it because I had lived it without naming it. Every skill I have, negotiation, capital allocation, reading a room, reading a balance sheet, I was terrible at once. I didn't wait until I was good to start. I started while I was bad, and I let the reps make me dangerous. Poor people protect their current identity. Wealthy people are willing to destroy it. That's the real cost of growth. Not money, not time. Ego. You have to be willing to be a beginner again. In public, at 40, at 50, at 60. Robert Kiyosaki built an entire philosophy around this exact divide. The difference between people who work for money their whole lives and people who make money work for them. But underneath that framework is something deeper. The people who make money work for them are the people who are willing to feel stupid long enough to learn how. I've watched brilliant men refuse to touch a spreadsheet because it was beneath them. I've watched college dropouts out-earn PhDs because the dropout was hungry enough to learn what he didn't know. And the PhD was too proud to admit there was anything left to learn. Pride is expensive. Growth doesn't care about your credentials. It only asks one question: are you still moving? You've heard that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Fine. But almost nobody applies that principle to themselves. Housel wrote about this idea beautifully in his work on the psychology of money, that the real power of compounding isn't the math, it's the time. Small, unglamorous improvements, repeated without interruption, for years, until the results look like magic to everyone who wasn't paying attention. Your skills compound, your reputation compounds, your discipline compounds. Every rep you put in today is capital you're investing in the person you're going to be in 5 years. Most people want the outcome without the accumulation. They want the body without the training, the business without the failures, the fortune without the decade of invisible work that nobody applauded. Wealthy people make peace with the invisible years. That's the price of admission. Everyone wants to skip it. Nobody gets to. Charlie Munger used to say that the man who only understands his own trade doesn't even understand that. His entire philosophy was built on relentless cross-disciplinary learning, pulling insight from psychology, physics, history, biology, refusing to stay comfortable inside one lane. I run my life the same way. I don't read what confirms what I already believe. I read what challenges it. I don't take meetings with people who agree with me. I surround myself with people who know things I don't, because comfort is where growth goes to die. If every conversation you have this year agrees with you, you didn't grow. You just got louder. Here's the distinction that changes everything. Employees grow their output. Owners grow their systems. An employee who gets better works harder for the same ceiling. An owner who gets better raises the ceiling itself, for every dollar, every hour, every person underneath them. That's why wealthy people obsess over systems, leverage, and processes instead of just working longer hours. Growth for them isn't about doing more. It's about becoming the kind of person and building the kind of structure that produces more without you personally doing more. That's the real compounding. Not your hours, your architecture. So if you're waiting to feel ready, if you're waiting for the money to feel confident, or the confidence to make the money, stop waiting. Every person you admire who built something real was once exactly where you are. Undercapitalized, underqualified, and moving anyway. The finish line was never real. The only people who stop growing are the people who convince themselves they'd already arrived. Don't arrive. Compound. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and drop a comment below. See you in the next one.